I'm Ram, welcome back to my Dread Delusion playthrough. Last time we did kind of what I assume was the tutorial. We got released from our prison airship and, well, we were supposed to kill the leader of a mercenary band, didn't quite manage it. So, game's opened up a little bit, and there's three sort of ex-mercenaries we've got to chat to. Ah, are you by chance going to teach me how to do spells? The man jolts awake from a daze. Though he is not old, his eyes betray a weariness. Obaith, is that you? Oh, I'm sorry, stranger. I must have been dreaming again. I seem to do little else these days. Now let me just... Oh, damn, where is it? My dream journal. I've lost it again. I must have dropped it when running from those goblins on the mountain. Say, if you're wandering these parts, would you mind keeping an eye out for it? I don't think I... No, I definitely haven't found your journal. Can I ask you something? Maybe about the big floaty crystal thing to your right? You may certainly try, but things tend to slip from my mind of late. And these old bones won't carry me far. And... yeah, is there any particular place I should check out specifically on this island group? These are the Arenic Isles, but I'm no local here myself. Let's see, we're circled by a small red neuron star, though you've probably noticed that already. Oh yes, and lately folks have been making a great deal of fuss about some apostate union. The union renounced their gods, I believe, and even went as far to wage war on them. They've claimed these islands for their own, but not everyone agrees with their apostasy. Many folk won't give up their worship. That reminds me, I think I knew a god once, or was that just a dream? Okay, I need to ask you more about that, because maybe that's the same god we've been talking to. And yeah, maybe is your condition explained by your conversations with a god? He chuckles softly. Ah yes, many people tell me that. In truth, I can't remember how old I am. My mind is foggy, my memory shrouded in mist. But my dreams, they are vivid. I dream of my daughter, Obaith, and a terrible war. I keep a journal in hope of deciphering truth from dream. Right, I know, need to ask you about Vela as well. Sorry, forgot about that. Vela Cellose. Vela, oh you mean that young commander. Leads that band of mercenaries up in that old fortress. I was a bit worried when they took over that place. I thought they might cause some trouble. But honestly, other than the noise, they've been no bother. That Vela girl even visited me once. She sat and listened to my dreams and left me some food. Seemed a nice girl. Right, didn't have a chance to ask about this, but I can touch it, and I hope you're not offended by this. Return home, a teleportation spell that transports the caster to the last crystal point touched. Though widely used by scholars, some still prefer to walk. They claim the chance of being incorrectly teleported off a cliff is not negligible. It's not small, I will say, and replace that. Fine. So I could... yeah, this is the only crystal I've found so far, so can't teleport me anyway. And apparently I have unspent delusions, which I need to have a check-in. The other actually main issue is I do have an affliction that I got last time. I think I was attacked by an enemy and that's what caused it. But yeah, my spellcast and my lore have both been decreased a lot. And those are... lore especially is a skill that I want to be pretty high, so I gotta find out a way to reverse that at some point. And I can just increase my delusions in this one, so Guile, Might, Wisdom, Persona. Yeah, I think without the affliction my wisdom would be 3, because my character was brought up by scholars. Lockpick and agility, charm and barter. You know what? I do like charm. Charm's already my higher skills. Your stats are reduced because of fatigue. You should rest. Okay, that is something. How do I rest is the question. I mean, I have a crystal letting me return here, so... Potentially, do you have a bed I could sleep in? Yes, you do, thank God. Okay, this is kind of like a little hub area. You got nothing for me, book, do ya? And how long do we want to sleep? I kind of wonder if there might be different enemies at night, so... No, a bit more. Is this night? It's kind of hard to tell when the sky is this colour. At least we know what was causing our issues. This book just wants to do that. And painting slightly off the wall, but still nothing behind. I still have absolutely no idea what this map is. Nor what any of the things on it are. So, sans fatigue, we have 30 charm, 15 lore, 15 spellcast. I wonder why fatigue only damages, like, the spellcast and the lore abilities. I would have thought that it would... You would embrace the delusion, use it to increase an attribute. I will. Yeah, I would have thought fatigue would have had a much more negative effect on like attack or defense rather than magic. Eye of Pagurth, a flower shaped oddly like an eyeball, can be used as an alchemy ingredient. Named after the legendary god Pagurth, this herb is well known for its healing properties and is used in medicine across the Apostate Union. Great, herb needs to grow back, so potentially if I really wanted to, I could just go to sleep, come back here, get the herb, and sort of repeat that process. And yeah, it's nice to know this is a neuron star. I kind of always assumed it was like the sun, which, I mean, it's a star, so it kind of technically is. And because we found that little skull in the tree, we can increase another stat, so I'm gonna have to keep my eyes very peeled for those, because they seem extremely valuable. Yeah, the last thing we got last time was the ability to go through these drawbridges, so might have a bit of a check around. That's just mercenaries up there. And yeah, keep an eye open for goblins, because apparently they're running around somewhere. This drawbridge still doesn't seem like it likes me, so I'll have to find another one, I guess. Ah, we've got an update on our map. Looks like an interesting landmark. The drawbridge, I'm assuming, but I can't help notice there's a gigantic windmill-propelled island. Is that actually how all of the islands are floating? Or is that just a man-made one? Have to keep my eye out for that. Lovely. Hello, man with very weird Marge Simpson hair. Greetings, the bridge is closed unless you're the bearer of a genuine Apostate Union passport. So if you've not got one, get lost. Yeah, I've got one, don't worry about it. Seal looks good, I'm not seeing any signs of magical forgery. Yep, looks like you can pass. Lovely, so what lies beyond here that's so important that I had to get a passport to get to it? And also, how is this reflected in my map? I mean, you say it looks like an important landmark, but does it? Is that maybe that's what this is. Who knows? Who knows? It shall reveal itself in time, probably, I hope. Nice little scenic mushroom forest area down here. Now, that thing over there kind of looks like something I would describe as a goblin. So, potentially might get in a scuffle with one of those. Although I could just leave. I don't know. I might have a. Yeah, I might try and not bother him. If I go along and there's not any more of them, then I might come back and kill him because he might be unique. But you know, we've got limited health potions, so until I find like a shop where I can get a good steady supply or learn how to make my own potions, I'm not feeling too confident just getting into random fights unless it's completely necessary. More of the goblin guys ahead, which means they're not unique, so definitely won't be. Ah, my lovely little skull with a dagger in the eye. What was that? That doesn't... I don't know what that was. It kind of sounded like someone shot an arrow at me, but... from where exactly? I'll be a little cautious around this area. Looks like there's a path heading this way. Looks like... that again. Never mind. Part of me is wondering if, like, am I stepping on bugs? Because when it shows up, it looks like an empty health bar, so is that me just, like, standing on a caterpillar and killing it? Yeah, that looks like maybe a well over there, but... how could I resist skull with dagger in the eye? Like, I can't just walk past this and go do normal stuff. This needs to be... oh. Okay, maybe this isn't such a great place to go. I might sneak in and see kind of how mean these guys look. Gotta remember, I'm still wearing no armor, so I'm probably either naked or in rags at the moment. This... are you a mercenary? You've surely seen me. I'm not that good at sneaking. Yeah, I'm not that good at sneaking. Hail, peasant, may the apostate union shine resplendent. Can you tell me about the union? Can you give me directions around town? You're falling down the stairs a little bit, that's fine. Okay, tell me about your union. The union is the last bastion of sense in this broken world. We're committed to stamping out the remnants of god worship and cultism. Only human-made magic is permitted in the union. If you see anything suspicious, an illegal shrine, or a forbidden text, report it straight away. This town is rife with cultism. I mean, I'm definitely seeing a lot strange right now. Mostly that the effect of him sliding away kind of makes the background look like it's melting. Come back here, you. I wasn't finished with my questioning yet. Hail, peasant. So, directions. On the low end of town is a tavern with a giant skull. That's the wobbly noggin, you can rest up there. Further into town you have the high streets with a few well-stocked shops. Several alleys lead down to the docks, or you can carry on straight to the clock tower. Just past the clock tower is the Union Council building. It's where the local polymath lives. You can always stop by if you're looking for work. Yeah, this seems kind of like the place I want to be. Might have a look around. Is this another propeller? This one looks like it's floating naturally. So have a little wander around, see what the local shops are. Try and forget that they had a hanging guy like, at the start of the town gate. That was kind of a bit weird. I mean, how do you even expect to get traders in with that? And have a little wander. I'm also fatigued already, so... I haven't even done anything particularly strenuous, so... Yeah, fatigue sets in pretty quickly. Local drunk, they've had one too many. Alright, you enjoy your sleep. They've had one... I wasn't trying to talk to you, I was trying to see if I could steal your mug. And I guess not. Is this... Right, nice bit of teleportation here so I can fast travel back to my home. Welcome to the Wobbly Noggin. If you're in need of a rest, we've beds and ale aplenty. Asking questions, I'd like to buy a drink. Well, the main thing I'm thinking is... How much does it cost to rent a room? Because surely if I can just travel with my crystal pretty instantly, then why would I ever pay to have a room here? The Skull Suite's vacant, it's yours for 2 coins. No, I've changed my mind. And I can't be out of your menu either. Right, I asked for a drink, sure thing. We recently got a big shipment of fine wine from Rioba, so I can give you a good deal on a bottle. Though if you're looking for cipher wine, we've been short ever since the Clockwork Kingdom shut its borders. There we go. Yeah, what were you trying to sell me? I think you just don't have that. Or you're having slight issues with your menus. Also, yeah, weirdly, when there's 4 options in the dialogue, you can't just like flick up and down. In this menu, you have to actually go to the left and select up, which is kind of a weird design choice. I don't know if that's like similar to what they did in sort of the PlayStation 1 era that this game's trying to emulate. I've never seen it before, but I don't particularly play games from that era that much. Talk is free, friends. Any work? Tell me about Hallow. Hallow's this town, yes? Well, most of us are simple farmers. Folks have been around here since the world end, making ends meet. After the God War, we joined the Apostate Union, but they mostly left us to our business. Until recently. The unions see fit to take a more direct hand in our affairs, see. They claim our crops grow with illegal god magic. The organised cultism runs rife. But in trying to stomp that out, they started a goddamn famine. Most of us are thinking we'd be better off without the damn union, frankly. Okay, so potentially people are pretty aggressive towards the union, and if I had to guess, maybe potentially on the turn of rioting if famines continue. Right, couple more things for you. Know about the skull. I kind of do want to know about a skull. Is this actually like a skull from a creature, or is this just like a nice bit of architecture? Oh, you noticed, huh? Big fella, ain't he? He's a relic of the God World. One of the old gods who got a void spear right through the peeper. His noggin wobbled, then he came crashing down onto this pub. You want to know the funny thing? The pub was already called the Wobbly Noggin, on account of the state of most of the patrons. Okay, so you've got a nice picture of your own pub behind you. Kind of a bit weird that the Apostate Union would let the skull of a god be one of the main buildings in town. I mean, probably could be seen as a way of like defacing the memory of the gods, but I don't know, if they're that stressed out that they're causing you a famine because they think your crops are made out of cult magic, they don't seem like the type of people who would just let you have a giant god skull hanging about. Right, I'm just going to test if I can teleport back to my homestead. Ah, is this... This is like a receptor for a spell. It's not like a... It's not like the thing you actually use to travel. This is basically just a waypoint that I could use if I had the spell. Okay, I see the benefit, because if you're here and if you're out of mania, then you just want to, like, sleep because you get all your stats back. You know what? I am actually going to rent a room here. Just because I've got fatigue, I want all of my stats to be at full when going through this town, just so I don't mess any spell checks. Don't wanna give a bad first impression, you know? So, is there anything nice in my room? You said it was just up the stairs, so this one? Yeah, looks like it. This nice little drawing if I want to do some drawing. And a view of the island. Very nice. Well, I'm just gonna take a quick nap here. Lovely, everything's refreshed. Good old-fashioned barriers. And can I get, like, properly to the top? I'd kind of like to maybe see out of one of the eyes. Thank you, lockpick. Get my sword back out, start bashing up crates. Probably not supposed to be in here, but... Can't really stop me. Is this one of the eyes? Hard to tell from the inside, but it's gotta be somewhere. And here we are. Here's the locked door. That is, what's my lockpick spell? I think my lockpicking isn't... It's not like that bad. Well, I say that, but it's my second lowest skill. Might as well give it a quick shot. Nope, and requires a 6, so that would have been a pretty difficult lock. Have an edge round here. Ooh. Attic, right, level up, that's good. 1 coin. And nothing else. Ooh, bit of lockpicks. Right, there's a little stairs down to the basement here. There we are, bit of a lockpick. Hope you won't notice that I'm opening all of his stuff. A mug full of frothy beer. Beer is cheap in the Skylands, mostly derived from fermented mushroom pulp. It's exported to the far corners of the Apostate Union. And a bit more coinage, so I've totally paid off my visit here. I've been watching my stamina bar, which is the bottom left, and I think it just never regenerates. Okay, fine. It does. Yeah, I think there's like a... Because it won't regenerate fully. So that's why I'm fatigued so quickly. I'm trying to figure out what's causing it to drain so fast. I mean, my agility's a pretty low stat, so if I'm going like out for a trek or something, I probably wanna focus on leveling that up. I actually can immediately because I found one of the delusions in the... Did I not find one of the delusions? Okay, I think you have to find enough of them, so it's not a straight 1-to-1. Fine. Next time I'll increase my guile just so I can have a bit more time before I get tired. Keep an eye on the Neuron Star, friend. It's got a 12-hour pulse cycle, and most of the shops close when it's dark. If you're used to the longer days and nights of some mainland Union countries, you may find it strange. What can you tell me about these stars? Well, I don't know where you're from, but many people live their whole lives in the cycle of a single neuron star, believing all days and nights to be the same. But the world is wrapped in a blanket of interconnected neuron stars, and each one is different. They all travel in regular movements, though. and pulsed brighter at certain times. Hallow's star circles all the surrounding islands every 12 hours. It pulses brightest at noon, and shrinks to be darker at night. People here will sleep more often and for less time than a place with a longer cycle. Of course, there are some places so far from a neuron star that they're trapped in perpetual night, and others where a single day can last hundreds of hours. Right, this sounds like an awful place to live. Kind of like in the... I think one of the... either North or the South Pole, which is like 6 months of dark every year. Sounds absolutely horrific to stay in. I don't even know how you would time management. But yeah, what happens at night? I'm assuming gambling, crime rings, etc. Well, at night the shops shut in town and most locals sleep. You may find that out in the countryside there are other things that only occur at certain times too. As I was suspecting, maybe specific enemies at night. And usually in video games, the ones at night are worse, so I might try and make sure it's daytime every time I go out. Welcome to the Wobbly Noggin, friend. You look like the adventuring sort, so take some advice from an old fool. If you're exploring the countryside, come back and rest often. I mean, I know why I should rest often, but tell me yourself just in case there's something else. It might not feel like it at the time, but almost everything you do builds fatigue. Your stamina threshold will lower and you'll find yourself weaker. You won't just be worse at swinging a sword, you'll even fumble at picking a lock and other skills. But finding a safe place to rest will restore your fatigue to full, so always consider stopping off at an inn. Right, noted. Had one too many, more drunk guys. Right, so... potentially maybe come back to the bar when it's later, or maybe earlier, because maybe the drunk guys might be awake if I come back earlier. Might as well explore the rest of the town while I'm here. Chat to a few locals, maybe figure out how to make alchemy potions. This used to be such a quiet place. Since the Apostate Union stepped up its presence here, there are guards patrolling the streets day and night. Night and day, whatever, same thing. Right, good shops. We've got, I think, about 42 coins, so... gonna be careful about what I buy. And also, very quickly get this jitter thing, just so we can... just in case we can sell that. Right, lovely little alchemy shop. Sign barring me from being upstairs. That might be like a something that's available in the end release of the game and not in the early access, so I'll leave that. And I could make some potions if I wanted to. I'm going to ask this guy for advice, see if he'll give me like a recipe or something. Welcome to the Bubbling Brew. We sold a wide array of useful items, from healing potions to alchemy ingredients. There's also an alchemy station in the corner. If you possess some alchemical ability, it's free to use, and I can assist with the process. Yeah, please give me some help. I'd like to be able to make my own potions. Alchemy is the art of transmuting two base ingredients into something entirely new. All you need is an alchemy station to start the process. If it's the first time you're combining new ingredients, you'll have no idea what the result will be. It's best to experiment to find out new combinations. Some combinations are doomed to fail and will produce a type of alchemal spirit, but these may still prove useful in other experiments. Right, so basically just throw stuff into a mortar and pestle and see what happens. And yes, you have little pictures of the 3 plants we can get. Thank you. What do you sell, by the way? Strong spirit. Useless by itself. Can be used in transmutations. I'm wondering if the alchemy system is how I transmute ore as well, because I know that I have like a poor quality ore. Also, these shop menus are another thing that do not work at all with a controller. Yeah, I'm pressing up and down and they just don't move, so I'm having to use my mouse. Which is annoying, and yeah, I can sell my stuff. So... yeah, there's... Can't really sell anything for a lot to you. I'm better off just throwing stuff in a pot and seeing what I can do with it. So, jitter seed, because I have tons of those. And... why not? This little Paradoxus flower. This menu also doesn't work with a controller. You can select these things, but... actually have to do this stuff with your mouse, and I made a truth potion. Dispels illusions and reveals the truth of things. The Union has banned the use of this potion, for it interferes with many of their officially sanctioned spells. Okay, so that'll be good for detecting traps, and sort of finding hidden stuff, probably. Might as well... do I want to use the ore with it? You know what, I might as well go for it. It's not like I can sell the ore for much anyway. Weak spirit, remnants of a failed alchemy experiment. Alright. And last but not least... although... maybe I should mix it with the weak spirit. Yeah, it says it helps brewing cheap booze and also giving it some utility in crude transformations. That's pretty vague. You know what? I'll do the other flower. It's because the 3 flowers are pretty common to get. It'd be good to know what sort of each combination does. Poison. Deadly poison that can be applied to weapons. After coating your equipment with this noxious substance, all attacks will poison enemies for a limited time. Now that's good. What was that? That was... I'm guessing you're gonna expect me to, like, remember that in my mind. So that was the eye and the jitter speed, the jitter ball seed thing that I need for that. So this looks like it's a boat shop. So I'm always excited to see what that is. Don't bar stuff from the other side from me. I will figure out a way to get in there. Right, what are you selling then? A guest, welcome, welcome. The man flares his nostrils as he looks you up and down. I'd offer you a seat, but these chairs are terribly expensive. I presume you're here about the job offering. Are you the... I want to say Palomath I was told about? And... yeah, who are you? Myself, well, I'm sure you've already heard a great deal. I am Vernon Bernstein of the Winged Merchants Guild. Peruse the shops in Hallow, and there is not a single potion or herb that has not graced my vessels on its way here. Okay, great, so you're just a trader. So, you want me to, what, deliver a shipment for you? You mean you simply came to exchange pleasantries? He swallows, clearly repulsed at the thought. Oh god, alright, fine, give me your job, whatever. Yes, I thought as much. Your attire is certainly suited for the physical labour of the task. He dabs his forehead with a handkerchief, as if the thought of your attire is overbearing. The job is to locate my merchant vessel, the Golden Typhos, and retrieve its cargo. It is a magnificent ship made with the strongest Lundal oak, so I cannot imagine that it could have been shipwrecked. Its captain is none other than Walter Cecil, who has charted many of the Apostate Union's most distant islands, and is known for his character. Mutiny, then, is not a possibility. A course was plotted to the Peguthian ruins south of Hallow. The Typhos should have returned a week ago. I'm beginning to worry. The ship and the crew are irrelevant, only the cargo matters. Return it to me and I will reward you handsomely. Okay, you willing to tell me what cargo this is? Because potentially I might want to keep it for myself. You don't seem like the kind of guy who pays his employees very well. I'm afraid I simply cannot say. You understand that within the machinations of the Apostate Union's legal system, there are certain trade goods that are unfairly scrutinized. Suffice to say, there is nothing dangerous or unwholesome about this cargo, but we should speak of it no further. Great. Anything else about Walter Cecil? I hired Walter Cecil for the fee of a small fortune. His exploits have been well documented. It is said that when exploring distant realms, his ship defeated a sky god. Though between you and me, it was more likely a very large fish. Nonetheless, he is one of the most reliable captains in the Union. His record is impeccable. Great, I'm probably going to head south next. Well, I'll head in some direction, and since we don't have anything else, barge from the other side. That is really annoying. There's no trapdoor up here, so what? Maybe from underneath I can. Ah, okay. I need to get in the sewers somehow. Looks like an interesting landmark. Thank you for that. Yeah, how do I get in the sewers? Can I ask you? I feel like asking a guard about how I get into his sewers may be a bit suspicious. The low end. Several alleys lead down into the docks, or you can carry on straight to the clock tower. Past the clock tower is the Union building. Right, the polymath is up there, so we can get work from there as well. Lovely. They're a big fan of their floating, rotating crystals up there. This is Spell Shop, hopefully. I've still got a lot of money to spend. God, that is a very stupid hat. Welcome to the Emporium of Oddities. We have spells and equipment for the budding adventurer, and you are welcome to peruse the books I have lying around. After I graduated from university in Bayonne, I spent a long while travelling the Sky Realms. Much of what I have for sale was accumulated from my travels, and the cipher spells were written by my own hand. I also pay merchants good coin to import the latest treatises and scriptures from Ryoba, and I invite the townfolk to browse my selection. It is sort of a humble library, I suppose. Telescope. Okay, that would be nice, but not essential, and also not for like half of my money. I already have a Union passport. Kind of worries me that you're selling it. Potentially someone might steal it off me. And boost agility. Prevents death from falling. I can't even afford that anyway. And I could sell to you my Ring of Health, but I'm not going to. He does indeed have a lot of books up here that I can read, but much like the one in the other house, I don't really know what to do with them, so I shall leave. I think my priority should be armor. I think there was... Yikes. I think there was an armourer shop down here. Looks a bit like fabric, but, you know, close enough. Welcome to Glorious Garments. I can tell you are a customer of exemplary taste. I have a selection of fine attires to choose from. If you're interested, I can also explain the specifics of tailoring. How do I upgrade my clothing? First you need to find a crafting station. There's one in the weapon shop nearby, a fair blade. You can use them to modify both metal equipment and clothing. Most of our wares are made from thread from the silk slug native to this region. It is a most marvellous creature. It produces a silk of unrivaled strength and durability. There is a picture of a silk slug on the wall just beside you. If you happen to see one out in the countryside, you should try harvesting its silk. It's quite a messy procedure though. Make sure you take rags for the excess mucus. Great. Where is this? Ah. Brilliant. I can't wait to see one of those out in the wild. So, what do you have? This one shopkeepers should look upon you more favourably. So, discounts on prices, which would be nice. And this one, the owner is expected to weave cipher enchantments into lining to augment one's abilities. And both of them are 10 armor. I mean, that's better than 0 armor, which is what I've got currently. I'm gonna have a look at the weapon shop first. I think in my stats, my attack is 5 and my defense is 25. So potentially, I don't know. Maybe finding a better sword or buying ore or something would be more beneficial. Come on. Is this anything? I can kind of click on it, but it doesn't really seem to do much. Alright, the countryside is teeming with goblins and unsavoury creatures. Only a fool ventures forth without a sharpened blade. Here at a fair blade, we've plenty for sale, and you can use our crafting station to modify your gear. Right. Ooh, chainmail armor. Right, so I have three sets of clothing around here. And I can only afford one of them. I'm trying to think what would be most useful. I mean, I don't own spells yet, so buying a spellcaster's robe just seems silly because I'm not going to get any use out of it. I do kind of like... I kind of like the idea of getting the modest attire so I can get discounts. Not going to be super useful at the moment, but I think for long term, this is probably going to be the most useful. You know what? I've got like 25 defense. Here we are. And also I want to see how much of a difference this is. So we'll just use this scholar robe as a test. And with the robe on, this is still 38. So not great. Is it at least increasing what I'm able to sell stuff for? I'll have a quick check in here to see if I can sell any of my health and stamina potions for... No, that's what it was before. Alright, not really increasing my prices at all. I feel like I've made a poor decision. Ah, this looks like an entrance to a sewer. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna need to sneak to this. There's some guys patrolling around here, so I don't really want to get into fights with them. There we go. Did anyone see that? Don't think so. Cracked pipes. What are we? Rats? Maybe a group of thieves somewhere in here? Nice little bit of treasure and some money, so it's good. Modest treasure, some trinkets from a bygone age. Could perhaps fetch a pretty penny. And looks like potentially a lower level to the sewer as well. Ooh, another high locked door here. Failed to break lockpick. Lockpick is broken. Come on, do this for me. I'm fatigued actually, so my skill is a lot worse. Might have to come back here. Go, more health potions. Thank you very much. That's a door barred from the other side. That looks like it's going lower, and just gets us out into the water, which I don't want to jump in. There we go. Finally got the door open. I think potentially this might be the merchant's house. Yeah, that looks like it. Good, good. Generic treasure, and my first purple box. Merchant's artifact. An artifact stolen from the esteemed merchant Vernon Bernstein. The right buyer might be interested in this. Just open that back up for early... for sort of convenience if I'm going back around, and... okay, there's going to be a different way into the sewers, because this is barred from the other side. This might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna jump in the river. We not? I assumed there was going to be some sort of flow in there. There is not even a little bit. Nice little device around here. Guessing it just takes us to the lower island down there. Don't think we've been there yet. It's kind of hard to... oh god. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes, because... yeah, the scenery does sometimes look a little bit similar. If I'm looking for work, probably having a chat to the people around the docks are probably a good idea. Bright eyes shine from an unwashed face, you catch the girl's attention. Hey, you wouldn't want to help a girl out, would you? Yeah, what's wrong? She wipes sweat from her brow. I've got to deliver these Bion silks to my guy at the Wobbly Noggin. But after lugging these here, my own noggin's not doing too good. She flashes you a smile. I'll be happy to help, or I'll make you a delivery for a cut of the profit. Yeah, I definitely need profit for this. Her smile fades a little. Of course, that's only fair, you'll get paid. She hands you a wooden box. Just ask around for Bardolph, he's usually in the small room, if he's not got himself kicked out. Yeah, I know the way, thank you. I don't remember specifically a Bardolph, but I don't think people actually give me their names that much. Merchant ships have been stopping in Hallow less and less since the famine. We've got less goods to sell, and grain is getting more expensive by the day. Hold it. He looks at your box. What you got there? Oh god, I'm worried these are... I'm worried these are now not silks from Bion. I think I'm being scammed. I'm making a delivery for a friend, or say they're silks. Yeah, let's make it immediately clear to him that somebody else asked us to make this delivery. He chuckles like I've not heard that one before. You know we've got a real problem with smugglers in Hallow. A lot of illegal goods slipping through the net, so I'll ask again, what's in the box? But then, yeah, come on, charm skill, it's kind of... I don't know how it's going to work because I'm pretty fatigued, but... yeah, my friends are respected. Taylor, please just let me go by. Success, alright, I gotta ask is all, on your way now. Christ. I wonder if they have an equivalent of jail in here, or if he would have just taken it off me and maybe gave me a smack on the head or something. Right, so ask around for Bardolph, usually in a small room on his own. Is out here. That's the garden. You were not here last time. The man cracks you a thin yellow smile. Name's Bardolph, I don't think I know you, friend. So unless you've got business here, I suggest you trot on. Yeah, I have your shipment. Ah, Inogen's newest recruit, eh? His smile grows, teeth like shattered glass. You should have said. He prizes the box open, a cluster of tentacles bursts forth, and he slams it shut again. Aha, fine silks indeed. These'll make a lucky noble very comfortable. Yeah, what? Why exactly are you giving this to someone? Like, a very covert assassination? I mean, it's not particularly subtle if that is kind of what the service is. His expression snaps into anger. You said yourself, friend, buy own silks. Anyway, here's a few coin for your troubles. Look, we're always in need of folk like yourself. If you want more work, head down to the slums past the docks. Look for a bust of a skeleton in one of the houses. Give it a yank, it'll let you through to the lost purse. Find Imogen there and she'll have more work for you. Lovely, as I thought, potentially a little criminal organisation. Right, they said slums past the docks, but this is pretty much the only house. Nice little flower for my troubles. I'm hoping maybe there's like a bed in here that I can have. Don't really want to be paying 2 gold. Ah, very cool, underneath the island. And I also hope that that little trinket we stole from the merchant, hopefully one of you will be willing to buy it from me. Which one are you? Yeah, you're the person who told me to get to work. Wow, you stole that artifact from Bernstein's house. I gotta admit, I'm impressed. I had you down as a quitter for sure. The client's gonna be real happy with this. You've earned your pay and then some. Right, dialogue's a little weird. Potentially that would have been her, like, next quest. And nothing else from me? Yeah, she has nothing else for me. At least not at the moment. And I earned a level up, which is nice. Ooh, 2 actually. That'll go straight into... Yeah, I said I wanted Guile, and I still do. And yeah, might, why not? We're kind of going for kind of an all-rounder bill. I still don't know what's... I still fully don't know what I want to specialise in, other than charm, obviously, because, you know, it's pretty useful. You? The woman eyes you up and down. You look like someone who can take care of themselves. A word of advice if you'll hear it. While the countryside starves from the famine, the merchants here are just as rich as ever. They won't let you root around their houses in the daytime, but at night, well, that's a different story. Just make sure you stock up on lockpicks if you're planning any unsavoury activities. Picks break all the time, so you can never have too many. There are places you can buy them if you know the right people. And I'm guessing this is the place. I heard the guards know about this place, but they turned a blind eye. Someone's lining their pockets for sure. Great, and you yourselves have a locked door. Ah, this is the back route into the sewers. Fine, so I don't need to do this. You're standing on a box to make it look like you're taller than you are. The barkeep shoots you a glare. Welcome to the Lost Purse. The guards don't come down this way, so we sell items you won't find in more reputable establishments. Cause a ruckus or go yapping about what you see here, and it won't end well for you. And yeah, we already know they do know, but somebody's paying them off. What are you selling? Oh, I totally should have bought this instead of the other 2 armors. 15 armor points plus 10 agility. Old set of leather armor that hasn't seen much use. That has seen much use. This armor has been modified to let its wearer move smoothly. Yeah, I kind of want that. I'm only 3 coins away. Is there... I can sell you these little trinkets, which I might as well. I can't imagine they're going to be useful to any quest. And yeah, I'm buying your tatty leathers, because that's better than what I have by quite a lot. Right, this 10 plus agility is definitely a pretty noticeable step up if I'm sprinting. So that's good. Unfortunately, no beds in there. I'm on a mission to find a bed that I don't have to pay for. That's what I'd really like in this area. More libraries. Nice little lighthouse over here. Perhaps a lonely old hermit who wants to chat to me about the history of this town. As I suspected. The view from here is superb, is it not? If only I had a telescope, I bet I'd even be able to see the creatures in the forest. I heard there's one for sale at the Emporium of Oddities in town. But what with the famine, all my money goes on bread. Right, can't help you there either, unfortunately. Telescopes are expensive even for me. I mean, actually, if you think about it in the context of this world, a telescope is half the price of a full set of armor. Which is kind of insane. I don't know how anyone has telescopes, honestly. Might be a nice one to have a look in the clock tower up ahead. Definitely someone making a weird noise up here. Yeah, not sure if I trust that. Contraption seems to require a key. This is the second one of these, like, weird tilted boxes we've seen. Both of them require a key. There's got to be... What is this, like a storage closet for like a certain faction, maybe? They all just seem to have books in them, so... Maybe if you get high up enough in a group of mages, there's like a universal key or something that they all sort of swap between them. Into the chapel up here. She does not look up from her papers. Another loyal subject of the Apostate Union. I must remind you that impromptu meetings such as these may not exceed 10 ticks of the clock. Are you here to serve the Union, or is this another matter of, she sighs, a livestock dispute? And yeah, I want to serve. Not really, but I'd like a quest. She looks at you, finally. A willing subject of the realm. Excellent. We are hunting a god, and we need all the help we can get. As you no doubt know, Hallow is beset with famine. The crops' yields are poor, which aggravates a much greater problem. God worship. In their panic, the populace have resorted to illegal prayer. Cultism is rife, the situation is so dire that an Inquisition division has been dispatched. Their scryers say that we're dealing with, she inhales, a Class B god entity. The investigation is focused on the farmlands outside of the Hollow, but the Inquisition impose apostate law with a heavy hand. Many god sympathizers have already been put to the gallows, stoking anger. So I'm turning to the populace for support. Even the most lowly of subjects could help uproot this problem. I have but one question. Where is this god? Any assistance will, of course, be rewarded in coin. Okay, is this... Potentially the same god that we already know about, the guy that resurrects us? I mean, our guy's kind of god of preventing people from dying, which probably isn't really the person you want to pray to about a famine. But yeah, what in your eyes is causing the famine? The famine is the lesser problem, no doubt it will be solved in a matter of months. We are awaiting food imports from Lundell, and I have the utmost faith they will not be delayed again. But the peasants in their impatience have turned to the occult. Such foolishness. They seek to undo all the good the Union has done. And have you got any hints about where these god worshippers are? The Inquisition is making its way through the countryside, searching farmsteads for god sympathizers and hidden covens. I would ask around there and search for anything the Inquisition has missed. But there is also Hallow Castle, where a noble family resides. The old dynasties are still treated with respect in the Union, so the Inquisition has held off for now. But the nobles have ancient ties with gods, so I would eye it with suspicion. Great, I'll be on that. I might be sympathizing with the god worshippers myself, though. As, I suppose technically I am one. Although, yeah, wouldn't be smart to tell you guys about my whole immortality thing I have going on. I think I've checked out all the buildings in town and spoken to everyone I can, so I'm going to rest up, get my fatigue and my health and everything full, and then next time we'll head out. Maybe try and find this merchant ship, because I kind of want to know what he's smuggling. Anyway, thank you for watching.